All right, y'all. So Sarah Boone, her attorney has put in a motion to withdraw. We don't know if that's going to be granted or not. But Ms. Patricia Cashman was like, there's there might be some irreconcilable differences, including but not limited to ethical considerations have arisen such that counsel can no longer provide representation. I mean, we saw how Sarah Boone spoke about Patricia Cashman in their last hearing, called her a liar and, some other bad stuff. I don't remember what it was on top of my head. But if I was Patricia Cashman, I wouldn't want to represent my client either. Look at her. Oh, boy. And it seems like Patricia Cashman was actually doing things for Sarah Boone. Like after Sarah Boone got the new attorney, a public defender who's, defending her, it seems like things were in the works. We didn't hear any, complaints, any letters, didn't see any letters from Sarah Boone. So I was like assuming, okay, you know what? Things are working. It's fine. Great. She's going to have her trial. Let's do this. But no. They had a hearing recently and it seems like Patricia Cashman was trying really, really hard to tell the judge, hey, this might not work out. She might need to represent herself, but she didn't formally put in a motion to withdraw at that point of time. But I think she wanted the judge to do it for her. But in terms of when I say do it for her, I think she wanted the judge to be like, okay, hey, maybe things aren't working between the two of you guys. Maybe you shouldn't work on this case after all. But the judge is like, no, let's just let's just set a trial date, and this is the pre-trial, and let's see, if things can work out between the two of you guys. How many books has she checked out from the library? All right, so what part am I going to read? Honorable Judge Cranick, ongoing 5 years, ... Why can't I, ... use my constitutional rights, ? Am I the only one who cares about the ongoing violations of, ? Have a bond, ? Have all my medical records, have all my digital evidence and discovery, have all my paperwork, notes, letters, pictures, everything of mine returned by my former attorney, speak to my investigator, have a complete download of my phone, have any of my witness lists, give any insight, understanding, clarification, truths about my case, especially to my new attorney, be listened to by anyone, especially my attorney, be respected for who I am truly, especially by my new attorney, and not be disrespected for the mutated, malicious murderer all the world has falsely, incorrectly created and believed me to be treated fairly, lawfully, and be protected by the justice system. I like how she puts quotations on justice and system. You can just do both of them combined together. Properly, rightfully, completely defend myself, see all and knew the same as the world and does, including my attorney, from all the phenomenal, non-permissive amount of my entire case being available online globally before my trial, and most important, before I have seen myself. What doesn't anyone know about my case? How about my side and everything about everything? Be correctly understood that I am not the problem for reasons I am mal-appointed by the court attorney number 8. See my letter, 7/21/23. Say what I want and should, but all the world can and say it all wrong and warped. I don't know. People are warping what Sarah Boone is doing, and we're kind of just getting everything from her directly with all these letters. Why won't my attorney ... give me an honest answer? Show me everything she says she has and finish reviewing for my case, but withholds from me after I asked repeatedly for and about. Give me an answer other than, I'm putting this to rest, that's not necessary, or I'm not having this conversation with you. It's like speaking to a child, y'all. Grant me access to anything I ask for in and about my case. Like the detectives in my case, stop putting words in my mouth. Tell me what's going on with my kids. It's been well over 100 days. She has been my attorney and I still do not know. Ongoing 5 years. Answer any of my questions. Ever ask me any questions? How can she supposedly know everything she needs to know from what she's been told, heard, read, seen? Reassure they're on my side, for me, not against. Why have I already been judged in the court of public opinion? How did that happen? Why have I been sentenced by anticipation and condemned before my predicted trial? Oh, gosh. Why does my attorney and all the world think my case is already over? Your Honor, during our first introduction at my last withdrawal of court appointed attorney number 7, Hobson, you stated to me your uninvolvement with any of my letters I write. I'm still going to write my letters as conduitly as they are to the world where all my potential jurors are located, and this is the only way anyone, including yourself, knows the very necessary, insightful to my continued disadvantages, hindrances, impediments I am still experiencing, on top of the new spurring my intentions to write. The race to the pulpit is unfair, and it is important to me that you are aware and understand what transpires when the news cameras are off and we're all in between my status hearings. 2, as so many of the advantages, embezzlers, racketeers, mindless lemmings, and just together mean people can use their freedom of speech, not knowing me in any way other than what's being said by the other mean people and being said incredibly incorrect. So can I. I don't know if Sarah Boone has rewatched her interviews. I don't know if Sarah Boone has watched the body cam footages, but to me, someone like Sarah Boone, seeing her in those, it wouldn't surprise me if she didn't think that she was problematic in any way, even with the recordings of the victim. I don't think she thinks she's the one who's problematic. I think it's like, no, the victim is problematic. You're problematic. You're problematic. The whole world is fucking problematic. I'm not problematic. You guys are misunderstanding me. I am not a murderer. Back to the letter. As the compelling annoyed detectives in my case, Copesel, I think is the name of the detective, had to falsify documents and lower his gun for me to see. I don't know what the hell that says. I'm sure you're all familiar with after watching all my plastered, highly misconstrued over 30 plus millions just on one site interviews, in which they both repeatedly attempted to feed me their incorrect, incomplete, hypothesized opinion by stating to me, everyone has their limits. At this seemingly endless point of perpetuality of nonsense and lawlessness still growing, and I very much want to advance to the next level after ongoing 5 years now. A genuine concern limit has been reached. Why am I still not being included in my case? How much? Oh, actually, let me update my title. Shoot. Sarah Boone letter. That way people know what we're doing on is a stream. Oh, jeez. Okay, back to the letter. Where am I at? Why am I still not being included in my case? How much more of my care and self is being added to hourly, especially after this letter gets loose to the internet? Increasing the mass infection and destruction of my hopes to have a fair trial. Anything fair, my side foremost, and wondering now if my attorney drank the punch like everyone else. All aforementioned reason and so many more for this letter to be written, hoping to deter some of the unfair, one-sided finger-pointing of corruption and malpractice being directed at me only by those in the justice system who are trying to deflect the chance and shock from my fearlessly challenging the status quo. And it must be so because it is my face on the computer at some time on my boob tube television, brainwash ignorant followers of disbelief, conformity, and greed, trying unsuccessfully to make my life by character assassination seem worse than theirs. No, two, when anyone points their fingers, one, it's impolite. Oh gosh, I don't know if we want to get lessons of being polite from Sarah Boone. And 2, 3, points back at you. How many tried it to see? I think here's what happened. We saw how she was in the interviews and the body cam footage. And she was very entitled, very piece of shit like. And on top of that, we had her laughing at the victim when he was in the suitcase. laughing. She was drunk. And she's like, like, this is for all the times that you did X, Y, and Z to me, you know, and cheated on me. Or I forgot what she said exactly. But we had a preview into her horrible personality, her horrible self. But to back that all up was when all these letters started pouring out, started coming out to really solidify that, Jesus, Sarah Boone, yeah, she seems like a piece of shit. All right, something about crystal balls. Oh God, put the stone down, as there will be no casting of anything today, except maybe for the role of my part for all the pre-conclusion documentaries and crystal ball real life stories of the true crime incorrectly formulated from everyone supposedly knowing me and judging who they think I am, what really happened, and it's going to futuristically. Remember, 3-point back, soothsaying is not a real job. To sum it up in the words of my attorney, after I told her to Google me, she stated, there's a lot. To sum up in the words of myself, the defendant stated to my attorney after she stated that to me, when can I see? How much longer do I have to wait? Or how many attorneys must be withdrawn for me to be included in my case? And to be included more than the world perversely is. This is my case in every aspect. See all of my aforementioned ongoing 5-year questions. I'm still waiting for one answer. I'm still waiting on for answers. As I want to make it known, I walked out on my attorney in our last meeting due to her wanton is can you make wanton a past tense? I thought it was just wonton. Due to her wanton tent, uninformative, unprofessional, snotty attitude, and her untruthful answer to my questions and beyond. The retarded vicious cycle we enter every time we meet is a waste of time. And I'm saying that being in jail with supposed endless amounts of. How she treats me is extremely prejudiced, hostile, and unconcerned. She's very frustrating, underlined. To balk or defeat in an endeavor to induce feelings of insecurity. Oh God, she loves to do these definitions. Moving on. So much I presented my solution in order to coexist with and work together in a hopeful, progressive, positive, appropriate manner. I added pretend judge to our interaction so she could calm down and ease up on her condensation, offensive demeanor, and obvious prejudgment she seems, like everyone else, not to remember. I am innocent until a judge otherwise. She treats me as if I am not. After my introduction explanation with pretend judge in the room or on the phone, I am trying to help her understand how she is making herself extremely unwelcoming. But see, I wonder. So Sarah says that whenever I'm meeting with her, when I met with her, I introduced a pretend judge to mediate between the two of us. But is Sarah the one who is the pretend judge? It's hard to go against Sarah and a pretend judge if the pretend judge is Sarah. When in front of a real judge and in courtroom is how she should treat me, her client, at all times. I should not have to invent pretend judge in order to be, and am not at all wrong for wanting to be respected, no matter the outcome. I am innocent until a judge otherwise. My attorney, everyone should be fair, unbiased, trustworthy, honest, supportive, informative, protective, automatically and effortlessly. I should feel secure, highly confident, proud in her representing my life. I do not and have said to her many times regarding how many mental disbeliefs in me and my case, which I believe contributes greatly to her inimical attitude towards me. I'm hoping by this letter she will pick up the sword of justice and fight alongside, not against me, as so many unmotivated, overwhelmed, weak attorneys prior who believe something ungracefully, and crept away from the battlefield unsuccessful. My case equals bizarre, equals unknown, equals different, equals ignorance, equals misunderstood, equals unfair. This does not mean my case can't equal success, and in many more than one way. While everyone continues to ring their bells of malevolence, I am ringing mine of hope, honor, plausibility, boldness. Listen, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just saying, it's not just one attorney that has withdrawn. It's a lot of attorneys. And it's not all 8 that has withdrawn. Like I said, we try to be really fair. there has been some conflict of interest, and some of it's not her at all. But there has been attorneys that has worked with her, and they have withdrawn. She had an attorney that worked with her. I don't think it was a public defender. I think it was a private attorney, worked with her for 2 years, and then out of nowhere withdrew. And then we went through a slew of conflict of interest. And then we had one attorney that withdrew. That was Berkowitz, right? Or Frank Berkowitz? Why am I thinking of Frank Berkowitz? Is Frank Berkowitz one of the attorneys? I think like he withdrew, and then another withdrew, and then maybe, I don't know. I think we're on like attorney like 2 or 3, possibly 4. I don't remember. There's so many now. Oh boy. Okay. I am not a murderer. The justice system should equal fair, faith, trust, respect. I mean, yeah, you're innocent until proven guilty, but you're still acting like a POS, you know? Innocent until and if a judge otherwise. 3-point back. Sarah Boone with a heart. Confused cat meme. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to read this part, and I'm not going to read all the definitions that she she writes in this letter. We'll read this part. June 4, 2024, video visit. 12 minutes. In addition to my previous letter intended for hand delivery on 6/7/24 at my status hearing, today my attorney made a video visit to go over everything I have been asking her for and have also sent to her personally in 2 letters, 5/20, 5/25. All the public video visitation box were on both sides, less than 5 inches away from my visit. Other inmates were having their visits also. Do we need that information? I've explained to my attorney numerous times previously in writing and verbally that despite the noise level, I do not in any way feel comfortable having an in-depth private meeting regarding my entire criminal case on the visitation box where there is no privacy whatsoever and held in an open bay dorm with more than 62 other interested all eats inmates. I cannot fully participate, if at all, from the entire dorm, officer included, trying to participate also in my case. As always, my attorney did not listen or care after I repeatedly tried reminding her of my unsecured environment, barking at me, I can't listen or not, still going over speaker and not at all allowing me to respond. After repeating to her over and over and over, while she's beginning to speak louder over to me, still to please schedule an in-person meeting where all can be discussed further privately with no success of being heard, I disconnected the visit telephonically. She uncooperatively. She is impossible. See previous letter or ask her for a copy of the 2 I sent her. I was trying to remedy or lessen before sending this to you, Your Honor, and not having to include. Now it's a race to the pulpit. My question, please, who acts like that and still be able to call themselves professional? The visitation box is primarily for family and friends to connect and is a must from an attorney. Reminder, notices, quick questions, not high-level confidential case information. I do have questions about that though. I thought they had private rooms where they can meet with the attorney, but maybe the video thing is not a private room, or maybe it's like not a booth or something. She, like other formal attorneys who always blame their dysfunctions on me, said, you don't like the answers I give you. What answers? See page 1, 2, and 3. I am not the problem, except that I want to and should be treated fairly, with respect, acting more professional than the paid. I have been doing this for over 40 years. Professional. After so long and all the experience, common courtesy, customer service, and listening skills should have been required. All attorneys, do you remember why you even wanted to be one? Remind yourself. No one listens, and it works in everyone's favor but mine. I am a murderer, stuck in jail so they can pin it on me. They're uninterested, they're unmotivated, hopeless. They're going to leave me over her. Haughty attitude. They're going to believe me over her haughty attitude. I feel like I have to put a little in that. I am not wrong for not thinking less of myself because everyone else does. This present attorney, foremost, the quotations justice system expects me and other inmates, aka clients, to accept its subpar, nonchalant, hypocritical, next on the list attorneys they keep aimlessly throwing darts for and mal-appointing, praying they don't withdraw. I have not fired any attorneys appointed in my case. For me expecting the highest equal standards possible for wanting the absolute best outcome in my preposterous mismanaged case! Exclamation mark. And representing myself is not an option. Thank you. I do not want her to represent herself either, but oh my God, we might have to go there, right? If no one wants to represent her, if we keep getting all these attorneys withdrawing, like what's going to happen? What does happen? as both judges have now threatened me with from being outspoken and intelligent in all my observations of the ongoing abuse. I am and have experience. I have no experiences from it always being the same. Blame Boone. I refuse to be moved in wanting respect, no matter who everyone thinks I am. Clarity, inclusion, honesty, and professionalism. Oh, God. And another great reason not to have my case meetings on the public visitation box is my personal, confidential inmate information, such as my visitation list 2020, 2023, with names, etc., my interactions, my inmates and officers, what I eat and when, my personal jail calls also being thrown online. For what? To hate me more or to try to get others because I don't eat breakfast or because I know from Latin have short hair, my penmanship is nice, or because I'm not getting fat and sleepy all day, but rather fully applying myself, fighting skills, making everyone upset from not having to fabricate, mutate, splice, edit. The world apparently knows all. What the hell is she? Oh my God. I don't know if she's having like some sort of like episode or something. Where are we going with this? What's next? How many times I go to the bathroom and what function I perform? What the fuck? I don't know anyone talking about that. About what she eats, her bathroom, if she shits or pees. Oh God. No one knows anything, nor seems to want to, from being comfortable in their corruption and sitting on top with ratings, web hits, and money. My case details, if anyone forgets, and if you think about it, all that keeps getting plastered and plagiarized, posted, and poked fun at about me. It's all in my favor, proving myself right about the mindless lemmings. What is a lemming? Jesus Christ. Lemmings. A lemming. Yeah, that's like an animal, right? That's what I know what a lemming is. It's like lemming's an animal. But what is lemmings definition? Lemmings. A person who unthinkingly joins a mass movement, especially a headlong rush to destruction. Oh, do lemmings do that? Do they all follow each other off the cliff or something? All right, we know what lemmings are. Shut-ins, the justice system advantageously abusing and profiting from everyone else in my case, before my trial and before I've seen. Please be sure to read my attachment for FRCP Rule 3.220E, restricting disclosure. Am I the only one who thinks of these things? Oh, Sarah, you're so smart. When can I win? In anything, it's coming. I am not the problem. And if anyone were to slip on my slides and have to experience, tolerate, deal with any of what I have and am would bravely be doing the same. No, we wouldn't be killing people, zipping them up in suitcases, laughing at them, recording it like a fucking dumbass. Ay, ay, ay. Don't knock it till you try it. 3-point back. Race to the pulpit. Again, always Sarah Boone. All right, so she's gonna define a bunch of stuff. Discovery, prosecution's discovery, obligation. We're not going to go through all the definitions, okay? Oh, gosh. Lots of definitions here. Defendant's obligation. Restricting disclosure, additional discovery, sanctions. Again, I don't know if she's writing this. Maybe these were notes for herself, for her to learn. And then she's like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it in here because the judge doesn't know what they're talking about. They don't know what this means. Pre-trial conference. American Declaration of Independence, 1776, Florida Constitution, 2024, definition of a client, definition of attorney-client privilege, definition of zealous advocacy, definition of attorney misconduct. I'm sure she might put some context in here. No, is it just all definition? It might just all be definitions. Definitions of duress, habeas corpus, informal consent, definition of legal ethics, equal protection of the law, abuse of process. Interrogation, examination of an expert. Wait, is it suspect? Interrogation, custodial interrogation, excited utterance. The state of the U.S. or the map of the U.S. The map of the world. Publicity, exploitation, and saturation. Invasion of privacy, intrusion, public disclosure of private fact, false light in the public eye, appropriation, defame. Publicity, exploitation, and saturation, which I don't know if I'm going to read this. I think she's already kind of set this in her, she's already set this in her letter, so I'm going to skip through this. Definitions collected from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Smart Communications Tablet, Bovar Law Library. She defines exploit, exploitation, abuse, significant, suppress, illegal, coerce, trickery, duress, confusion, broadcast, distribute, deliver, irreparable, erroneous, falseness, taint, force, taint, influence, incorrect, inappropriate, motive, invade, privacy, oppression, deplete, entitle, fair, proper, successful, prejudgment, unfair, undeniable, violate constitutional rights, liberty rights, privilege or positive rights, procedural rights, due process, procedural due process, substantive due process, publicized, rightful, lawful, ethical, disadvantage, partially deceitful, dishonesty, evident. Do I need to read this? No, nope. Coercion, Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, and that's it. She's more insane than Shabusiness. She might be a functional insane person. Oh boy, I think she, I don't like to throw around the word narcissist too much, but she just might be a textbook narcissist. I don't know how else anyone would describe her. Oh my goodness. She's crazy. I like how she thinks people care about what and when she eats. Like, no one's ever talked about that to my knowledge. Is she hoping the judge will say, you know what, Sarah, you're so intelligent. We obviously can't find you guilty of such a silly crime. I wonder if she is like sabotaging her own case by not, I don't know, cooperating with her public defenders, hoping that maybe if she's in there long enough and if many attorneys withdraw, at some point they might just be like, oh my God, you've been sitting here for 5, 6, 7 years. Like, we're just going to let you go. She doesn't know that she's insane. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. Did I cut off the, oh no, was it like this the entire time? I'm so sorry, guys. It's supposed to look like this. Shit. I'm so sorry. I didn't look at my OBS screen. I have it zoomed in for the Karen retrial so I can read the transcripts on the right side. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. All right, we're done. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. But you know what? You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. Don't think of Sarah Boone. Don't think about any of the trial stuff. I'll see you guys on Monday, Tuesday. And holy crap. Oh, Sarah Boone. What a laugh. What a laugh with Sarah Boone. You guys have a good one. Take care. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Am I going to finish Mulder's Gate? No. I will not. I don't think so. All right, guys. I just lost 10 streamer points. I know. Oh, gosh. At least my mic wasn't muted the entire time. The worst is when your mic is muted and you're so busy concentrating on the stream that you're not looking at the chat. Oh, gosh. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will see you guys. Take care and go outside. Get some fresh air, Give all your babies, your pets, give them all the love and the hugs. See ya. Oh gosh. See you guys.